Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sonic CD. Two things before we jump in. First of all, I have never played this game at all, so I'm actually walking in pretty blind. I don't know what to expect. But having said that, there is something I've been told by Sonic fans. So for those of you not aware, if you type exclamation mark next, you'll see the whole list. But we're playing Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic Mania, and a Sonic Superstars, I do believe. And as a consequence of that, from what I am told, only one of those games is bad. In other words, only one game will be below zero, which is the one we just played. And it wasn't that terrible. I mean, it was bad, but yeah, it would have been worse if we were playing it on the Genesis. Good God. So the point here being that, from what I understand, every other game is going to be better. But I'm not that familiar with these games because I've never played Sonic CD. I've barely played Sonic 3. I've barely played Sonic Mania, and I put it down because I hated it. And I haven't played Superstar at all. So we'll see. Before we go any further, though, I do want to comment on a couple other things, such as the nature of the game itself. So, we'll actually talk more about Yuji Naka, criminal mastermind, later. He actually, it's a fun fact, he actually quit Sega because, them Japanese suck. So he went on to work at STI, which is a U.S. department, where he'd rant about how much Americans suck. This is not a joke. Either way, he and the other team went on to make Sonic 2. But meanwhile, back in Japan, they were trying to push this console, the brand new hotness. It technically wasn't a full new console, but Sega did weird stuff with their hardware, which I actually think contributed to part of their financial detriments of the hardware side. Again, I don't want to go too far down the hardware thing. We'll just get into that in just a minute. Anyway, so the second game of the Sonic series is Sonic CD on the Sega CD. We're 2 games in. We've already console hopped. I have to talk at least a little bit about the hardware thing, because the Sega CD was probably the beginning of the end for the Sega hardware department. The very, very first death knell, if you will. So the CD wasn't bad. Like the actual hardware itself was fine. It was very early CD console and everything that implies. Most of what they were able to do with it was pre-rendered stuff. So, they were able to put animations and music, CD quality music on it. And it's like, yeah, that's it. Otherwise, it was pretty much inferior to the Genesis in most respects. Even though it technically had better specs, it didn't know how to use them properly, because you need to actually have good things like good bus and good throughput in order to be able to actually use the superior hardware. So the CD didn't really get the support it needed to actually pop, unlike, say, the later Dreamcast, which actually did get better support, or, of course, the PlayStation 1. So, what did the Sega CD have? Let's just look at this list. So we've got, let's see, Lunar 1, okay, yeah. Lunar 2, Sonic CD. These are the only 3 games that have any sales figures worth even mentioning on the Sega CD. This is not a joke. I actually did some digging on this last night. It's funny how much this thing died. To put this in a bit of perspective, within 2 years, they weren't moving any more hardware. They weren't moving any more Sega CDs because nobody was buying them, because there's no reason to buy them. The Amiga CD32 and the 3DO were moving more units than the Sega CD. And this is true. You've never heard of either of those. I'm kidding. There's a chance some of you have. But I bet a decent chunk of people in chat right now have never even heard of those consoles. The 3DO was outselling the Sega CD. Yeah. So they eventually gave up completely. They just walked away from the Sega CD and said, we're done. We're going to walk away from that. And they went on to their next big project. It's great. This is going to work out. Everyone's going to love it. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to call it the Saturn. I'm not joking when I say the Sega CD was probably the first step on that path. Anyways, moving on to Sonic CD. So, Naoto Oshima was the guy who was given the director's slot for Sonic CD. You may remember him as a character designer. He's actually worked on several games, including Phantasy Star 1 and 2. He's the one who actually designed Sonic, the character, not the game. The original idea, I think I already mentioned this, was to port Sonic 1 to the Sega CD because, oh god, please, our console's dying. Please get something on it, please. But it didn't take very long for them to start turning it into its own thing. Now, here's where I have to get into speculation a little bit because, well, there's a decent amount of behind the scenes and leaked material. We've got all kinds of cool stuff. One of the interesting things is if you read all of the interviews by the people, and this might be me reading too much into it, there seemed to be this bit of a rivalry between these two characters, between these two individuals, and these two teams, because Sega Japan was working on Sonic CD, and Sega of America was working on Sonic 2. Amusingly, Sonic 2 would go on to be the big bestseller game. Which one's better, I actually don't know. Again, I've never even played this game. They really wanted to focus on a different thing. This is actually funny. They had been watching Back to the Future. This is not a joke. And were inspired by it. I'm like, you know what? Let's do a time thing. And they wanted the focus to be way more on the platforming side of things, which is an interesting pick for Sonic. And this is relevant too, because if you're paying attention, Sonic 2 would actually de-emphasize the platforming and overemphasize, well, maybe over is the wrong word, but like add extra emphasis to the speed side of the equation. And if you're paying attention, that's the two spokes of Sonic level design and Sonic gameplay design in two sentences. I'll focus on platforming and focus on speed. Some Sonic games actually marry these two things, but we'll talk about those as we go. So, Mr. Oshima here, who would go on to work on Sonic R, Sonic Adventure, Yoshi's Island DS, Yoshi's New Island, that's the 3DS one, and Balan Wonderworld. Like I said, by all accounts, there was a bit of a rivalry between him and Yuji Naka, who would also go on to work on Balan Wonderworld and A Prison Cell. Oh yeah, fun fact, he should have been released about 6 to 7 months ago. Just to put a little bit of time-stamping historical perspective there on that man. Anyways, so rivalry. All the interviews, were talking about how Sonic 2 is going to be fast and fluid and Tails. We've got a secondary character. And Sonic CD is like, let's make a game that's not 100% like Rogue, but was kind of in many ways an early prototype of Rogue. They wanted to have game design that encouraged the players to replay the game repeatedly. You know, the second replay positive, for those of you familiar with that concept, right? Instead of just being like, yeah, whoosh. I was like, hang on, let's try something different. Let's try a different route. Apparently, there are actually, for example, 2 separate methods by which you can go ahead and get a good ending on each stage. And obviously, the game wants you to go ahead and get the good ending on each stage. And to really push for the Sega CD, because we've got this brand new hardware. We've got to use this thing. They pulled out a fairly large amount of talent and extra. This is actually a fairly expensive game. They pulled in realistic graphics. They brought in animated cutscenes done by Studio Junio. I'd never heard of Studio Junio, so I decided to look them up. I didn't recognize any Japanese thing they'd ever done. But they did several episodes of Freakazoid, Batman the Animated Series, and Care Bears. Anyways, music. So everyone knows about the music, right? All kinds of music. Apparently, Sega of America was like, listen. Nobody's ever going to listen to this nonsense, terrible music that you're playing. Okay, this is all crap. So they actually delayed the release in the United States, brought in brand new talent, and composed an entirely new soundtrack just for the U.S. release of this game. And fun fact, that's the only thing I knew about Sega CD for a fairly large amount of time. I think I actually got the game wrong too. Was that, do you prefer the U.S. soundtrack or do you prefer the Japanese soundtrack? Yeah, I think I thought it was Sonic 3. But, it's which one do you prefer? Which one's better? And it's this endless debate. Every time this game is speedrun, or every time people stream Sonic in the speedrunning community, the Sega CD soundtrack is the thing that everyone talks about. It's the Jar Jar Binks of Sonic CD. So, for the curious, we're going to go ahead and start off with the Japanese soundtrack because that was specifically requested. However, what I do not know is which mode we're playing. I was going to let Ross decide this one, but it's a little bit too early for him, so... Chill Pangolin, you're our next majority stakeholder. I'm ambivalent. I do not care. I don't know the difference either, admittedly. I mean, obviously, there's the 16:9 mode, but... That's what I got. Okay. Sega. Let's make absolutely sure that we're on the right soundtrack. Yep, okay. We can play as Tails, who doesn't exist yet, so we're gonna play as Sonic. That is loud. Wow, that's loud.
You can go again. Don't fall behind. Say don't be late. Destination heaven. Stay alive. Now you and me. We're going to have fun. Say, blast off. Excalibur. It's about that bar. What do you mean? Give and take. Going home. Side zone. Check it out, eh? Live alone. Leather legs. Getting in place. What do you get? Say, fat jet. Zoom room. Cosmic zoom. That's up, Jay. It's Sonic Boom. Sonic Warrior. Sonic Warrior.
Your arms need a pay. You got the power to save the day.
Take a little chance. Slip on through. You got no matter what you do. You gotta do for you.
Sonic Warrior, Sonic Warrior. The power's in your mind to shake the planet, to conquer time. Sonic Warrior, deep is missing time. Sonic Warrior, wherever in your mind. Nothing can survive the way to stay alive. 'Cause if you try, you can do anything. Sonic Warrior always takes a chance. Sonic Warrior, never second hand. Nothing can survive the way to stay alive. 'Cause if you try, you can do anything.
Interesting. Well, I have absolutely no idea what's going on, but that was actually surprisingly well animated. Holy crap, it skipped most of the things I don't like about anime. Like decent frame rate, or excuse me, decent on and frames per second, whatever you want to call that. And it didn't lean into the cheap element often. Like there was like 2 scenes, I think, where they did the cheap thing. Otherwise, that was actually pretty good. I'll jot down a positive for that. Look up. Okay. What? Hang on, watch this. Watch that little mosquito bot, okay? Yeah, it creates a flower where you defeat it. What? Okay. Oh, hello. That. Basically nothing, Darkrai. And please do not elucidate. I actually want to walk in as blind as I can. The only thing I know is that there's time travel. Again, Back to the Future was specifically cited as a source of inspiration here. And there was a greater emphasis on platforming over speed, which I can already tell you. Just the density of interactions and the level design indicates that. Yeah, no kidding. Mad Overlord. Oh, that's the Back to the Future thing. You gotta get up to 88 miles an hour. Ow. This is an interesting 1-1, I'll tell you what. Nope. Hang on. Yeah, the fact that it very clearly pushes you towards both the future and the past things. Nope. Is interesting. Yeah, we need... Listen, it's the Libyans! Sorry. Ah! And I screwed up anyways. Ah! No! Very interesting placement of basically everything here. No, yeah, like, the level design is night and day compared to Sonic 1, honestly. Like I said, there's a substantially improved density. And I do say improved, not just, like, more. I've seen lots of games which have increased density in a platformer, and it's a bad thing, you know? What? Okay. Oh yeah, this is apparently the game. Sorry, I do know one other thing about this game. This is when they introduced Amy and Metal Sonic, I want to say. It's one of them. Because there's what, like 3 robotic Sonics, and I don't remember which is which, so don't ask me. Interesting. Ah! Yeah, I've noticed there's more animals. Whoop! Now. Okay. Well, it really is pushing me towards the future. Before we commit to that, though. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I can make that. I also noticed one other thing, by the way. There are way more accessible rings in the level. I actually looked it up to see how many rings were in the previous game. Some stages do have more than 100 rings. I did a thing. I mean, the sound effect clearly indicates I did a thing. I might be at a dead end, so I might be at the time where I need to go to the future now. So let's see if we can future it up. Nope, hang on. Nope, okay. Wow. Yeah, 1 attempt per sign. Okay. That's interesting. Alright. It's my fault. Hi, Loner. Okay. Damn it. We'll do it this way. Well, I sure hope not. We're almost up to 10 minutes. I would hope there isn't. Like, again, greater emphasis on exploration, right? So just keep going. Line jump. Oh, Jesus. Okay. We're fine. Everything's fine. There it is. 1 up. So, yeah, I had to correct a note in my review document. You can actually get a 1 up if you get 100 rings in this game. Or in the first game, I should say. So one last time I was wrong. I didn't believe that. Oh my god, time's flashing. Okay, so I think we are actually screwed. No, I'm good. Hardball. Let's not. What? Okay. So now we're playing F-Zero. Oh god. Oh my god. Okay. 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 I see it. I got about a minute to do this. Fine. Yeah. Do it. Woo! My first emerald in the series so far. And last. All right, so Alright, so hold up. That was a solid first stage. Like, that was a weird first stage, though. Excuse me. Time Zone. Time Stone. I'm never going to call it again, by the way. Just as a heads up. I'm literally never going to use those words again. So, we got our first emerald. It's okay, later I look forward to getting our first Master Emerald. And then we'll get our first Chaos Control Emerald. They're all different emeralds. Why emeralds? Anyways, so I'm not going to give a negative for this, maybe. But that's a lot? Like, it's almost a playground level, right? It's weird how much there was in that first stage. Like, granted, I was kind of taking my time very much on purpose, but not to put too fine a point on it. The level design wants you to take your time. It very clearly wants you to explore. It very clearly wants you to go and see what's over there and check what's up here and try to get to this extra area and blah, blah, blah. Like, Sonic 1, you could explore the stages a bit. In some stages, obviously you can't in, like, Marble or freaking Labyrinth Zone. But in some stages you could. But here it's clearly like they want you to. They want you to go do that. Like, it's like, hey, there's a thing over. There's a lot of peeking. A lot of peeking design. So, what do you think about this? I'm gonna call that. I noticed the stage in the past wasn't super different from the normal, but I don't know. Why don't I want to check myself on this? Let's direct myself. There we go. Love you, Sonic Retro. I do agree. The fact that it's so frustrating to get to the to use the time travel mechanic is ridiculous. Well, it's funny you say that. I'm actually looking at the past stage right now, Chill Penguin. It's almost like maps exist. Wow, how that works out. It's almost like I actually am a professional who cares about doing his job. I know that's alien to you, Chill Penguin. But so that's there, and that's the loop. And that leads here. Fascinating. Hi, Melikor. Hi, Elazar. This is interesting. So there are some similarities, but I can't get all these on the stage. The stage is huge. There's some similarities between present and past, but honestly, not as much as I would think. So it does feel like it is a different stage. Yes, Walker. That is a thing. Yeah, no, you're very clearly supposed to go to past. I just don't know how to get to the future. Or rather, I just failed at getting the future. So we're going to have to try to get to the future at least once. That's a good question, Rex. I don't know. Hmm. Oh, so it does. I was about to say, no, it doesn't, Darkrai. You're talking about the bot. Yeah, there's apparently two futures. I'm looking at the maps here. I'm gonna have to spend some time staring at some maps. I think, because there's no realistic way for me to just play through the game in each of its permutations, because there's 4 stages. I don't know how different they are. But there's 4 stages per stage, and there's 21 stages in the game. That's 84 stages. If there's a level select, that might simplify matters a little bit. No, yeah, the dev cycle in this game was a little bit on the strange side. Um, Hang on. That would also explain why the stages seem similar but actually aren't. They probably actually built the initial stage and then remixed the hell out of it. And Knuckles. I try X, yeah. Let's look at, hang on, where's future? There we go. Good future, bad future. Let's compare these two directly. Let's see what our contrast is here. They certainly look different. Now, this is interesting, though, because the actual level design is identical. I can tell you that at a glance, and as I'm double-checking myself, it is identical. The exact same jumps in the exact same position, the exact same drops, the exact same rings. So that's actually a relief. That means the only thing that changes in the future is the graphics and the music. Stage design is the same. Yeah, literally the exact identical. It's 4 rings there, 4 rings there. 3 enemies up here, 3 enemies up here. No, those aren't enemies. Those are flower seeds. Okay, I get it. So the enemies are replaced with the flowers and the animals. But that's it. That is the distinction right there. Interesting. Either way, I think for the sake of sanity, we will consider the two futures identical from a gameplay perspective, right? From a level design perspective. That still leaves us with 3 stages per stage. That drags our number down a little bit to 63 levels to review. Okay. I don't know what you're asking me, Lizard. I'm so sorry. I have failed you. I will never play any other Sonic game ever, 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 ever. Oh, they want us to go to future now. There we go. So yeah, here's the bad future. Oh, that's mean, making me land on the past like that? What? No, wait. Okay. Okay. Whatever. I'm kind of with that, but like that's... I'm not fully with that. Let me try to explain a little bit. What I would have done if I was a level designer is I'd make it almost impossible to avoid going to the future early on. Right? And that way you get a hint into it, and then whatever that first future you go into, it's very difficult to not... Wow, I just lost all my momentum there. It's very difficult to not then go back to the past, right? And there's your tutorialization. Having said that, yeah, the more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm thinking, just make it a button press. If you wanted to have it at specific gateways, just have us hit a button at the gateway, right? Hit the select button while you're at one of the time travel nodes. Done. That depends. Are you gonna fund the Melizar? I know that people continue to not understand this, but up until very recently, I don't decide the games I stream. You guys do. I didn't fund the Sonic block. Now, I did recently fund 2 horror games to get them out of the way. What? No, wait. No. No. Why does it take so much time? Oh, yeah, I think I agree with Frieza. That is probably a minimum of 2 negatives for how frustrating it is to time travel. Especially in a game where that's the primary gimmick. Like, I'm sorry, if you're going to make us go to 88 miles an hour, give us a runway. You know? If you really wanted that mechanic, there are ways to make that work in level design, which they haven't so far. It is just entirely too easy to lose that charge. And yeah, obviously there are some spots designed around doing it, but especially if you don't know where those spots are. Worse, if you don't understand the mechanic. I figured it out quickly because I did my due diligence and read about the Back to the Future thing. Imagine a brand new player who's just like, past, and like, what was that? What did that mean? Like, how likely is it, do you think, that they'll figure out go fast to go to the past is actually a mechanic? Hi, Mr. Red. I mean, yeah, you know, honestly, I think if we want the quickest and easiest fix, good morning, Brickman, it would probably be just let us use the signs again. Don't make them one use. That's a band-aid and doesn't really get rid of all of my issues, but like if I could just go back up here and then do this, and then do, oh, well, I missed it, but, and then do this, right? I think that would be a lot less of a hassle. It's like, oh, whoops, I screwed up, let me try again. Well, amusingly, we are in the present, I think? I think that's how it works, because we were in the future, then we had a past sign. Which I think puts us one step back, not all the way back. No, that's a good place for it, though, Sarah. You can do it there, or maybe like the community thing would be another option. Come on, game. Sure, you can repost it. Why not? That sucked. Come on, dude. Okay, let's try this again. See, that was clearly designed around it, right? Although I did kind of have to go out of my way to actually access the damn thing. Okay, so I was right. We were in the present. And now we don't get to see Amy, because... whatever. Oh, hey, it's right here. Whatever this thing is. Give me the ring. Ah, give me the ring! Okay, now can I get back to the present? That's the real question. Ah! What was that? Give me the... oh, hey, there's our few... okay, so hang on, let's plan this out a little. So if I... yeah, I don't recognize that power-up either. Okay, so... hang on, hold up. I gotta very carefully dodge this stupid thing. Alright, whatever. So if I go left first... hang on. Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no! No! I knew it! Ah, I was trying to hit that. And, okay, well, that sucks. Okay, there's another attempt. Hang on. I see flowers down here. That's a good sign. Oh, wait, Metal Sonic. Okay, this looks like a decent runaway. And then just keep going left. Okay, let's just try this one. Let's just try this one. If I can get back up. Oh god, can I not get back up? Okay. Hang on. Loading, please wait. Hi, baby. Can I help you? Oh god, no! Okay. Whew. Okay. Oh no, I missed it! Ah, I missed it completely now!
Sonic.
I am playing Sonic. Can't you tell? Okay, so let's try... ah!
Shadow comes.
Don't worry, Shadow won't be here anytime soon.
But when does Eggman come?
Don't worry, we'll bonk Eggman until he gives up. That's more or less literally what happens, so... I don't know why I'm saying it that way. Hey, why are you attacking me? Why are you trying to eat me now? Don't eat me. Why are you eating me? What did I
Heidi
do?
was hitting you.
Well, that's even worse. Why are you hitting me? Why do you hit me? Why do you hit me? Okay, not so loud. Not so loud.
Yeah.
I know you don't notice your own volume. Oh. Delicious tiger.
The tiger bit you back. Eat that mess. I'm not eating just for you.
Oh my gosh.
Heidi, eat
Volume?
that.
Volume.
That's to eat you. Heidi's dad said to eat you.
Okay, I can accept being eaten. Okay, we'll make one more attempt at this, then I'm going to give up on this because this is ridiculous. I'm also running out of time. Oh god, I just noticed I'm running out of time. Well, we're about to find out what happens when I hit 10 minutes. Oh, come on!
Crap.
Alright, whatever. I give up. I give up. I'm in a hurry now. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go. We're just going to go. It's right there. No, you're right. I should be a game reviewer. I should do my due diligence. Dramatic pause. And nothing. Okay, well, that's... Alright, whatever. Whatever, we don't need Amy anyways. I'm pretty sure that you're right, right? What are you doing, baby?
Where they have to go now. We're ready to go to the new game of play.
Oh, hang on. Ah. Whoops. Look, it's not my fault that Amy was in the present and that I couldn't go to the present. Time traveling's hard, okay?
Amy.
Oh, here we go. That was short.
It's him.
Look, it's him. Look, look. That was a very strange boss music, I'm just gonna say. Interesting.
Kitty keeps being a big body.
Hey, stop. Why are you...
Kitty keeps the big body.
Okay, pause. No, I have not been through it. Okay. Creepy music. Hell yeah. It's a shame I can't just swap it on the fly. Ah. Okay, so that was weirdly good. I can't believe it. Good Sonic level design. I'm kind of shocked. I thought it was a myth. A legend, one might even say. Let's see. So let's do this. And hang on, I gotta look up stage names here. So it's Palm Tree Panic. It's only been like 2 years since Green Hill Zone. Yeah, Morning Racks. Yeah, it looks like the bad future for Palm Tree 3 is, once again, near identical. Just enemies instead of all the animals bouncing around. Same rings in the same spots, same buttons in the same spots, same power-ups in the same spots. Boss looks a little different color palette on the boss. I don't know if it's actually a different boss, just looks a little different. Whatever. Woo! Okay. Let's get rid of this negative. Oh, let's do it. Okay, so where are we now? Oh, there's Amy. Hi, Amy. Oh, sorry. Oh no! I'll save you. Wait, okay, I'm sorry. No. Amy could beat the crap out of Metal. I'm sorry. Well, there goes that. Look, I'm sorry. I've seen that hammer she uses. That thing is terrifying. Okay, well, here's the hell future. I actually speculated about this on Sonic 1's review document, which nobody read, of course. Based on the extraordinarily limited visual storytelling that was in Sonic 1, it gets across the impression that instead of being, Robotnik, he comes across as the leader of the city. Like, that's his point. Like, actually think about the level progression for just a second in Sonic 1, right? We go from Green Hill Zone to the Marbles to Spring to Labyrinth, and then we go through the city, and then we go to, like, an interior factory inside of a city, and that's where Robotnik is. We're literally going from nature to industry, to Robotnik as the finale there. And in fact, as we find out, thanks to Scrap Brain Zone 3, it's literally built on top of the old ruins. Right? I don't know what the sound effect is that's playing here. I just find that interesting because, like, news I can tell, none of that is supported by, like, the actual canon. If you can even call there such a thing as Sonic canon. What the hell? Ah, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. What? Where did you come from? Little snot. Okay, here we go. To the past. I can manage it. Oh, thank God. Hi, Dakota. Okay, so we need to find a thinger. What? What? Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. That's actually a good thing. Sorry, right. I forgot that going from the past actually puts you in the present. I have not actually seen the picture, Elizar. You'd have to give me a minute to actually look at it. No, no, I don't want that. Do not want to go back to the present. You little snot. What? Okay. Yeah, I saw that we're apparently, like, in the small planet or whatever that was in the intro. There we go. Jesus. Okay. Probably not Blue Dragon Hixie. Although this... Nope, nope, stop, stop. What? Ah! This is... If you gave me a choice between Sonic 1 and this, I'll tell you what I'd pick 10 times out of 10. Oh my God. No, 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 stop, stop. I do not want to go to the present. Why does it only work when I don't want it to? Sorry, what? I can't hear you over me just being flung all over the place. There. Oh, damn, I'm stuck, aren't I? I can't go back. Well, yeah, we just lost one stage. Admit. And there's nothing I can do about that. I'm locked in. Whatever. And the future refused to change. How, Rex? mean, I know that, Rex. I have a functional brain, and indeed spent a fairly decent amount of time in the first few stages. That doesn't help any of you. God damn it. Ah! I have absolutely no idea how time travel works in this game. If you put a gun to my head, I'd say it's type 2. You know, we're altering a singular timeline, but I don't know. Nah, I'm good, thanks. So why do you keep putting a gun in my head? God. So violent. Back to the Future has its own rules, which are interesting. I still don't know what doing this does. Like, I've knocked out, God, like 4 of these at this point. I still have no idea what that means. It's cosmetic, so it means nothing. Got it. And yeah, there's the surface of the Earth down there above us. Yeah, that sounds about right, Ross. Just remind you that metal exists. Yeah, I gotta be honest. If I had no idea who Metal was, I would be like, who the hell is that? God damn it. No, 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 no. Okay. I never owned a Game Gear. I have actually played on a Game Gear several times, though, because a friend of mine had one. I was thoroughly unimpressed. It literally felt like a Game Boy, but worse. I don't know what game quality is like there, obviously, because, you know, I've only played a couple of games. Yeah, it felt like it was a lower frame rate. I actually don't know if it is, but it sure felt like it was. It had color. It sounded terrible. Like, the music, right, was just, what? No! Okay, okay, hang on. I would say the music is worse than the Game Boy's, because the Game Boy at least had its own particular 4-bit style of music, right? The 4 channels thing. We actually talked about that during Kirby, when we were reviewing the very, very first Kirby game, which was on the Game Boy. if you design your music around the Game Boy, you can put out some good music on it, just like you could with the NES. By contrast, the Game Gear just kind of sounded terrible. I don't know how to get up here. I think I'm just going to have to accept that I'm not going to get a good future. I mean, that would make sense, Mashima. I don't know. I just... yeah. Whatever. I give up. We already failed. We fail. We suck. We suck. Bad future time. Evil future of Doom. Somehow, Robotnik has returned. Alright, Umbral Magnus, hit me. What's your dream Sonic game? I believe 7, Mr. Red, which is the number of stages. In other words, I'm pretty sure you need all of them. Which means we are not getting the good ending. I have now been shamed by every Sonic player, ever. Sonic gets out of the craft. Bam. Tidal Tempest. Interesting. That's true. Well, enjoy this music while I alt-tab. Well, you don't like games freezing when you alt-tab? Tell it to them. I don't like it either. Here, just for you. Alright, Hey, Chandra. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm playing the Japanese version, aren't I? We should pull up the US version. No, completely different people doing the music. Look, if they made it a toggle Blitzball, I wouldn't complain. Just saying. I mean, honestly, yeah, Chill Pangolin. Just by the nature of it, I'm going to be spending a lot of time staring at maps. Hi, Riplinger. There's not a lot I can really do about that, practically speaking. Boring movie I've ever done. I could do that. Not a bad idea. I think I will do that, actually. Let's try something different. We're going to do something I've never done before. See how this works out. Oh god, it's underwater. No! Game. Thanks for that. I just have one large monitor. Is there time travel in Star Wars? Let's go with no. And we're dead. It's our first death. Took me a moment to recognize there was an invisible current there. I cannot switch music on the fly, no. Which kind of sucks, but that's whatever. I will jot that down, Elizar. For Pokemon Stadium. Sonic Adventure. DX. And Disciples. Sacred Lands. Thank you for being part of the show, Elazar. Yeah, fans do what Sega don't, I believe is the phrase. And we're dead. God, I haven't been to a Quiznos since I was in high school. What? I legitimately didn't see what hit me there. I was looking in another direction. How do you do Sonic Metroidvania? Same way you do anything else Metroidvania. Just add moves that, you know, are abilities that you unlock. Maybe a little Friends of My Power on the way kind of thing. You get Amy's hammer, now you can smash open rocks, you know, stuff like that. I noticed the air bubbles aren't as bad. It's good. Someone somewhere learned a lesson there. Now that I've said that, there we go. I mean, I'd play it up on Magnus, and I like the varying movesets thing. That sounds interesting by itself. Also, playing as someone other than Sonic is automatically interesting to me. Sonic has got to be the least interesting character in his own games. Rings, Mike Romano. I don't know how many, but that's how we got the last one, was rings. Alright, it's apparently 50 again. Which we have continued... I shouldn't say we. I have continued to fail at miserably. As is my want. I didn't think that would happen. It was a slope. I thought I would be slid up. It even looked like it was inclining me towards sliding out. I don't know what the heck those things are, honestly. Water globules? I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting walking into it. More platformer. Less speed. I mean, again, this is literally a port of Sonic 1 at first, and then they just kind of kept going. So it makes sense that it's got some Sonic 1 coding in it. Could Sonic beat Mario? No. Yes, this and Sonic 2 are being developed at the same time by different people. Different studios, even. This is being made by, if what we're going to refer to as the Japanese studio, because that just simplifies it a bit. While Sonic 2 was being made by the United States studio. Yes. Water does drain time. Did not notice. I suppose that makes sense. Bull crap, game. Bull freaking crap. Oh, come on! Come here. Come here. Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much. I mean, Anime Sonic is like the Flash. You can't beat him because he's the Flash. He can move faster than you can think. What? But I got this stuff. Oh, whatever. I'm all set now. was the question? It's scrolled off the screen already. I think Sonic and Amy could work. Sure. Aren't they literally a couple? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thanks, game. Thanks. Appreciate you. Oh, right. Like Mario is single, right? Wink. And Link's single too. Yeah, they're friends. They're friends. I believe you, Japanese developers who need to maintain singularity because it's like a weird thing. This is interesting. I mean, I don't care, admittedly. I just sort of have assumed for years that he was an official couple with Amy. If this is yet another one of those Link/Mario situations, then I just roll my eyes. Because it's a really dumb trope for really dumb reasons. Yeah, you can't be an adventurer when you're married. That doesn't work. So quartz quadrant, huh? Why do I keep jumping? And now I'm not jumping. Whatever. I don't even know what that is, Elizar, so I'm gonna go with no. If it's the one I'm thinking of, then that's the comic. The show I really didn't like. Oh, that's a bop. What? Okay, that's wow. Okay. Who's Sally, by the way? I have no idea who that is.
future.
Hang on, how could Sally be Sonic's girlfriend if he's with that human girl? Yeah, amusingly, I was actually making reference to Madonna, which I talked about yesterday. Okay. Oh, I get it. Okay. Game. No. A little too early. If it makes you feel better, I didn't do it on purpose, Chill Tangle. But I've already decided I'm going to take most of this review off camera. Just to reduce the boredom. For you. Oh, way more than Sonic 1. This game destroys Sonic 1. Like a bug. Wacky Workbench. I mean, that's the most creative boss so far, so I'll give him that. Flashing lights morning, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you've heard of the floor is lava. This is related? Not quite the same thing. Thanks, game. I appreciate that. There's nothing even down here. Of course. I mean, that makes sense. There's these rubber floors everywhere which fling you up. And And that does make sense. Like, the whole point of the top-down thing isn't the fact that it's up and down, it's the fact that it's easier to fall than to climb. Add the rubber, and all of a sudden it's a lot easier to do the opposite. You son of a... I do admit some of the blind jumps into things you couldn't possibly predict are there. A little irritating. What can you do? And yeah, I'll take bounce pits and a dangerous upper section over bottomless pits any day. I mean, there were very few bottomless pits in one. It's one of the reasons that when I fell into one yesterday, it confused me. I was like, wait, what? Because I didn't think there were any. Thanks, game. No, no, no. Ah, stop that! God damn it. I like the fact that each soundtrack is a noticeable mix. Like, even someone who doesn't know music can tell this is a mix. I mean, they all have been. Damn it, game! Whatever. Speaking of good future. June? Maybe. I'd say it's more likely we'll get one in July or August, though. Or they might do a tweet. I don't know. They've been... Nintendo's marketing department... Excuse me, that's actually not their marketing department. It's their... I can't remember what it's called. The department that handles all of their social end stuff has been weird lately. They're not the only ones. A lot of Japanese companies have been weird lately about their announcements. Yeah, I thought about trying to... If there was a proper level select for each version of each stage, then I would be willing to do it all on camera. But it's just going to involve a lot of me staring at a map, and that's not interesting. I mean, that would fit the capitalist vibe that Robotnik has in the early games, so I'm with it. Run, fat man. Oh. Yeah, I'm with you on that, damn Celeste. Plus, the Nintendo Directs are a good way to actually, convey stuff rather than just be like, hey. They're not always, like, super awesome, but they usually have, gameplay. Which is nice. Where the hell? What is this? Yeah! Interesting. Look, Ross, you should just give up all hope, okay? That's just where we're at. Well, we might not deal with Toto. I mean, one way or another, the review won't be done before then. Ah, okay. Okay. That's a cool mechanic. Took me a second to even figure out what was happening, but still a cool mechanic. Yeah, and plus an announcement on Twitter or whatever, or Blue Sky, or whatever the hell they're using nowadays, on their own app is just, hey, we're doing this. Here's a couple screenshots. It's cheaper. That's a really cool mechanic. I actually like that a lot. That's two cool gimmicks, by the way. One in the workbench zone, and one in this zone. No! God, I hate the time travel mechanic so much. It is so frustrating to time travel. Give me a button. No, I don't... Yeah, I was probably a few seconds away from managing that, too. Come on. How do I jump sometimes? I still haven't figured that out. Well, we'll find out, won't we, Mike Romano? Excuse me, Ben One Eye. This is your fault! It's your fault! God damn it. That's a hell of a statue in the background. Do you see that thing? By the way, what's a peel out? You mentioned that earlier. Oh, cute game. So now that he's ruined everything. Interesting. It's okay, guys. He's run by AI. He just uses 7 Chaos Emeralds every minute. Hi, Evo. He's also drained all the water in the lakes. Ooh, delicious food. I mean, if we could just drown the data centers, that might be a net positive. Yeah, I basically didn't know metal even existed until pretty recently in my overall life. There's Mecha, or whatever his name is, the second last boss of Sonic 2. Then there's the dude in, I think it's Heroes, I want to say? It's one of the 3D games. And then there's the dude from, I believe, the GBA game, I want to say? I'm picturing in my head a giant dude who looks like him. Big ol' like monster looking, right? And then there's the really skinny version. That's the cool one, obviously. I was introduced to the skinny version thanks to, oh god, what was the name of that? It was a Flash series, which unfortunately never finished. It was based on Dragon Ball Z, apparently. Except it was a bunch of Flash cartoons. And it was Mario and Sonic characters. The villain was the thin mechanical Sonic. That might be it, Mario Brothers Z. It's been a long time. A really long time. Earthworm, I think, was the dude who was doing that series. What? What? Okay. But, okay. What counter, Wolverine? What are you talking about? go! Why won't you jump? You piece of garbage! Do the thing that I tell you to do. Yes, everything's supposed to be at 0 right now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, hey, we saved Amy, I guess. Metallic Madness. I would give real money if I could ball up in midair. That has caused me so many issues this entire game. What is this music? Metal Madness. Well, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Well, if a drop dash existed, what would be the input to do one? I could just try it. Hold A mid-air. Okay. Gotta really test it. Nope. So it doesn't actually work. See? I cannot ball up if I'm not already balled up, which is what I wanted. Interestingly enough, I do apparently have a drop dash if I'm already balled up, which is an interesting choice. No, push-ups. We are not. Well, I am not. You guys are. I'm sure that exists somewhere, Diligent Dodo. Better in basically every way, I'd say, Evo. There are a few issues. I do think that there's actually probably going to be a negative for brickwork, because some of the brickwork is a bit much. That's the nice way to put that. But on the plus side, we are tiny now. Like, some of the brickwork's actually really solid, and then you have the occasional stage which is like, what? And yeah, it does get in the way of visual readability several times. Yeah, Sonic 1 on acid. Yeah, that sounds about right. Silly dogs. Oh, I know. You buy one hamburger, you're set for the week. Assuming it stays good that long. You suck. Bad future time. That's fun. You're funny, game. Here's invincibility and a timed section which will kill you instantly even if you're invincible. Have fun. You're very helpful, game. Thank you. And a bottomless pit! Ho ho ho! Okay. Sure, game. Again, same studio that did some of the animation for Batman the Animated Series. Among other things. I sincerely doubt this is the good ending. Normally I'd alt tab, but you know, then you wouldn't hear anything. I'll be right back.
go. Nothing to do. If you gotta do something, you gotta do something. Believe in yourself. Yourself. Hey!
Extraordinary things can happen if you believe in yourself. You got to have some faith in yourself if you want respect from your friends.
Don't rearrange. No need to change. Stay like you are. Keep it all the same. But as you move along in your life, keep an open mind. And don't forget that if you gotta do something, believe in yourself.
Extraordinary things can happen if you believe in yourself. You got to have some faith in yourself if you want respect from your friends.
When you feel tight, look at yourself.
Inside your heart, you will find your special place to align.
When you feel right, look at yourself.
Inside your mind, you see like eternity. Inside your heart, you will find a special place to align.
When you feel right, look at yourself.
Inside your mind, you will see cosmic eternity.
Da-na-na-na, bad ending. Try again. What the hell is this? Yeah, do they ever, like, bring up the tarot thing ever again? And of course it mutes. Of course it mutes. Oh, that's an interesting representation. Let's test something. Well, okay, that's not what I wanted to see. I don't even know what those are. Dr. Winter. Yes, I know. I know. It's okay. Squirrel's safe now, right? Right?
Now Squirtle and Watts. Squirtle and Watson.
Alright, so we're going to do something kind of unprecedented. We're going to split this review up into 2 VODs.